Hello, everybody. Welcome back to BOGO BOZO. I'm Logan, and I watched Gen V Season 2, and I thought it was good, but the mystery could have been more mysterious.
Just like me for real. I'm Ethan, and I watched Apothecary Diaries recently. Really good show. I can't wait for the next season, which they recently announced, which works out for me. But what are we talking about this week?
Well, first of all, we've got a banger sale. Buy one, get one, for the price of two. This guy, right here.
You get to donate money to a bad cause. All right.
And as fitting as it is, today we will be talking about live-action Marvel TV shows.
It's crazy. I've seen some of those.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about that?
I guess we can. I think we should start with MCU stuff. I feel like that makes the most sense to start with.
What everybody knows.
So I mean, do we want to go in order ish of when they released? Because first was WandaVision.
Was it?
Pretty sure, yeah. I got a nod off camera. Yeah. So WandaVision. I think WandaVision started out really, really strong, and then the end could have been better.
I tend to agree. I liked the theming at the beginning, but a lot of the episodes were misses for me. I actually didn't enjoy most of the experience.
I think it was a really pretty show.
Yeah, it looks good.
And I liked the concept so much. I just feel like as soon as there was just such a big tonal shift, and not enough time to build the ideas.
Yeah.
I feel like some of it felt kind of rushed at the end because they spent so much time building the atmosphere, and then they instantly ripped away the atmosphere, and then you were like, okay, now we got to figure out what the plot is. But I also really appreciated how much they let some of the background characters shine. People like Darcy, Jimmy Woo. There was somebody
Ralph
else.
Boner. I hated that they did that.
Him.
I actually was very upset when they pulled the Ralph Boner joke.
Wasn't there a third person that was working with the two of them? Darcy,
I
Wu,
don't recall.
and someone else?
I only remember Darcy and Wu because they're the ones who I care about.
Oh, yeah, Monica.
Oh, yeah.
She's kind of important in that show, isn't she? Not really.
No.
That was honestly the problem, I guess, is that...
I think my biggest problem with that show is that they focused on all of the wrong things, all the things I didn't care about. I would have loved to see more of the twins and the family dynamics in general, but I think those were kind of swept under the rug, which is crazy for this sitcom kind of theme they went with at the beginning.
Yes. I also think it would have been nice if they... I feel like one of the big things that was supposed to come out of the show was Monica. And it felt like they did so little with her. And they gave her Captain Marvel syndrome, where she doesn't have enough personality because they were so focused on giving her stuff to do that they forgot to give her things to feel.
Yeah, and they didn't do anything about that problem when she showed up in the Marvel.
No, which is why that movie is not very good.
Yeah, but then on the flip side, skipping ahead just a little bit, Miss Marvel is an amazing show really with a great character who ended up being the best part of that movie.
Yeah, absolutely is the best part.
That show
even they ruined Fury in Secret Wars onward. Honestly, even probably a little before that.
Yeah,
I don't know. He wasn't really in stuff much before.
He's been inconsistent because the character at this point, he was originally written by the same people, and now these TV shows and whatnot, they're writing different writers. There's not as much Kevin Feige writing on
it's much more
Nick Fury, and his character gets worked a lot.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Later, but so next after WandaVision was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I used to always accidentally call it Bucky and the Winter Soldier, which is just the same guy twice.
2 times the better show. Kidding. I like Sam.
Yeah, I do like Bucky more.
I think Bucky is a more likable character. A lot of it just because we have more history with him. and we saw him have a much stronger relationship with Steve, who is one of the pillars of the MCU.
That, and he's had so much more time to become a character.
Yeah.
They gave him enough time in the spotlight prior, even like Captain America First Avenger, he had personality, and then they did Winter Soldier, and then Civil War, and really, Sam didn't have that much time to develop. And so I still think, because he was in Winter Soldier, that was his first movie.
Yes, and then Civil War.
But I feel like Civil War, he was not, his whole character was just fighting Bucky and not liking Bucky.
And Ant-Man, right? He also fought Ant-Man. That was a thing.
Yeah, but that was in Ant-Man, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. But again, that's all we have of him, is him fighting people that he shouldn't be fighting. He just gets mad at people, yeah. so it's I want to like him more. I think early MCU was so strong because they took the time to develop all the characters. Yeah.
They didn't rush into big things. And I think now the stakes are so high, they don't have the time to slow down and make characters feel like they matter in the world and that they're actually people. And so we lose so much of the depth of characters that we got in Tony Stark and Captain America and Bucky and all the early movies. And Loki, which I guess we could talk about Loki. That is the next show, but we didn't talk much about.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier is one of my favorite live action MCU shows. I really enjoy it, but I also really despise so many parts of it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things they did wrong.
I think the biggest thing for me is how dirty they did John Walker. And a lot of people disagree with that, and I will fight them.
We've had conversations about this before.
Yeah, John's a good guy.
I like him way more after Thunderbolts, which I think is the point.
Yeah, but I didn't even need Thunderbolts, because if you go into the show and you don't have any ill will against the character of John Walker, the show, he's just being a good guy, and he doesn't want to.
He has anger issues.
Well, sure. But most of his anger issues are only exacerbated by the serum that he is basically forced into taking by Sam and Bucky.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire show, they were just being absolute dicks to him for no reason.
It's because they were mad that somebody was chosen to replace Steve.
Yeah, even though Sam gave up the shield, and then...
Which, honestly, I think it was a good choice to make Sam give up the shield, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, I do think it makes sense, both A, for them to choose a new Captain America in that show. I think US Agent perfectly fits that role. Mm-hmm. And I also think it's fair for Bucky and Sam to not be thrilled about it because they know they know how much of a great person Steve was. Yeah. And so it felt like it was a rushed decision where they didn't know enough about the person to be able to say, you deserve this, and he wanted them right up front to be like, yeah, I deserve this.
I don't even think that's true. I think he numerous times was like, I know that you don't think I deserve this, but let me prove it to you.
He was just pretty arrogant.
I don't even think so. I think if you rewatch the show and you think about more of what he's saying, he literally tells them, I didn't even want to take this job. I only took it because if I didn't, somebody else would have. He has 4 Purple Hearts.
Yeah.
He is probably the most fit person to replace Steve. And they're just mad at him because...
He's not Steve.
He's not Steve. But no one will be Steve. Sam's not Steve.
Yeah, that's why I'm I think at that point, which is something that's not established in the comics, I don't think, but there doesn't need to be a Captain America. You can make a different, I think it's the name that's the problem for it, because calling them something different means it's I'm accepting I'm a different person. I'm not Captain America, but I want to be a symbol like he was.
Yes.
And I think that's a very different thing than being oh, I'm him now.
But that wasn't his choice to make.
That's true.
The U.S. government would never give up the Captain America title if they can have it, for sure. I mean, the legacy and
it's marketable.
The propaganda, it's 100% propaganda. I mean, he did everything he was supposed to do. He was a soldier who followed orders and then was punished for it.
I do also think that Falcon and the Winter Soldier suffers from a little bit of the same thing as some of the other shows, which is too many things are happening. They have, there was what's it, Zemo.
Oh yeah,
There was the Dora Milaje. There was the Flag People. What was it?
the Flag Smashers.
Flag Smashers.
I think,
And then they also had all the stuff between Bucky and Sam, and then with U.S. Agent, and so it just felt like and then there were like political background things that were happening too, and then there was the whole thing with the other super soldier guy. So it just felt like for a show that's honestly pretty short, there were far too many things happening.
I honestly think there's only one of those things that you can take out. Well, you said them as two different things, but I think they're the same thing, and that's Baron Zemo and the Dora Milaje, because they were kind of like, they were only there because Baron Zemo was there, and that arc was the only one that was not necessary, but it was incredibly distracting.
Yeah, I agree. I think that took a lot away from and I think it's because, I like Zemo. I think he's a really fun character to have on screen because of just like his personality. He's one of the characters I think they've succeeded a lot in very short amount of time, giving a lot of personality and making him a character that feels like I like seeing him on the screen because he means something to be there.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I feel like that's why they put him in there, it's like, why not? We have this character. We didn't do much with him in Civil War because he was kind of like working in the shadows kind of guy. Yeah. He didn't get character interaction, really.
And it was another layer of international politics, but it was too much.
Yeah, I think that showed, like I said, and there's just too many things happening. And I honestly, similarly, wish that Sam waited longer. Like, I understand that the show was to lead him up into being Captain America.
Yeah.
But I still think, like...
He just should have waited till later.
Let him be Captain Falcon. That name's not taken.
The whole point is there needs to be somebody with the mantle of Captain America for the American people to look up to. I do think that they rushed it, but the show is still one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah, and I always just wish Sam's slower to turn against Bucky. Because I feel like so much of their conflict is caused by them being like, oh, you used to be evil, even though you had no say in that, and now I know for a fact that you have your freedom again, and yet I'm still going to be pissed at you for things you couldn't have controlled.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's so stupid. And even like now they're trying to like somewhat revisit that plotline, and I'm just like, just let them be friends. They can be friends.
I think it was better in Sam's Captain America movie, but that was brief. So.
I never saw that movie.
That's crazy. And then you said Loki was next?
I believe Loki was next.
Yeah. What did you think of Loki?
I love Loki.
Yeah.
You know I love Loki. I know you don't like Loki.
It's not that I don't like Loki.
He hates it.
So, I love season 1. I think season 1 is very, very good, but I think it never should have existed in the way that it did. I think the entire premise is flawed in that they took the purest form of evil Loki, right, straight out of the Battle of New York, and then they showed him a video of his mom dying, and he was like, oh no, I have to be a good guy now, even though that took like a whole arc to happen before. And I also just wanted to see Loki be evil again. He's the god of mischief. We don't see him do mischief.
Yeah, I do think a couple things. First is, the reason that's the case is because they're like, oh, we don't want him doing magic. So they just were like, oh yeah, there's magic dampeners. So I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I think that's valid. I do think I wish he had more of that going on.
He should still be cunning even if he's not using his magic.
Yes, because that's not the only reason that he's the god of mischief. It's not just because he has magic. Mm-hmm. But I also think you're right. I think there's an argument that they should have either A, tried to take him from later in the series, because they could have done that. They could have figured out a story way to make that happen. Still, yeah, they took the easy way out. And we're like, okay, endgame. They're already going to have to go to New York. Might as well make it happen there.
Yeah, it was because it gave them a reason for the TVA to step in.
Yes, and so I'm like, maybe they could have had something happen where there was like a chain of events that led it to like maybe like mid Ragnarok, or like right as Thanos is attacking them or something like that, or even like just when he's with what's his name? What's the guy's name? The guy on oh man. Okay, so Ragnarok.
Yeah.
You know,
Grandmaster?
yeah. I kept thinking Taskmaster, and I'm like, no, that's a show.
I think if they wanted to,
it's also a different character.
If they wanted to pull him from later in the franchise, I think the only time that would have really worked is if they showed a variant of Loki, which would not have ended up being our Loki, which it wasn't really, anyways, in a way. But if they took a variant of Loki that was able to stop Thanos from killing him right then and there. And then they would have been like, "Oh, TVA time," and pulled him out.
Yeah, that I honestly would have far rather that.
Oh, me too. It would have fixed my problem.
I also think they could have like given more time for that to develop. You know, give them a while of not just showing him one video and he's like, "Oh man, I'm a changed man." Like, have more things happen.
It's a really good show with really solid writing.
And I love Mobius.
Yeah, Mobius is great, and I love the intrigue of the entire first season. I do think all of that kind of falls off in season 2.
Yeah, I think season 2, I've heard a lot of people say they think it's better. I don't agree. I also think it suffers significantly because of Jonathan Majors being in it at all.
I don't think he was a bad actor.
Wasn't, is the thing.
Yeah.
They also fell on they just jumped onto the Everything Everywhere All at Once bandwagon and were like, let's throw in Obi.
Okay.
And I felt like there were so many movies and shows that did that where they were like, I like him, put him in it.
He was still fun to have, and he wasn't super. Well, he was pretty important towards the end. Yeah. That's fair criticism. I've heard as well. It's some people's favorite. Like, they love season 2 more than anything, and I'm like, it's not good.
I've never watched the finale. I watched all the rest of it.
I saw the finale and I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Everybody hypes it way too much.
I do love Loki, and I do like where Loki's character is at, like, right now. I feel like they stepped him up. I liked how they still let more mischief be happening in that season too. I felt like they upped it a little bit. I do think we should have gotten more. I think we continually can get more of that because they're like, oh no, he's just Loki the guy now. He's not Loki the god of mischief.
I like that. I think the whole show should just be called Loki the guy.
Yeah, Loki.
No, I don't agree. I think season 2, it kind of everything was worse in season 2. I also really missed having Sylvie's character around because she basically wasn't. Yeah,
no, that was weird. I felt like they spent too much time chasing her.
It's especially for her to just like not end up
being productive at all.
Yeah,
it was like she's not helpful.
But she was incredibly important to the story of season 1. Does that mean it's mini game time?
We didn't think of a name for this one. Okay, we're calling it Let's Face It.
That's so stupid. That makes no sense.
Okay.
We're playing headbands.
We're playing headbands.
Alright.
Here.
Give it to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can start us off. Am I a man?
No.
Okay.
Am I a man?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Do I have superpowers?
No.
Okay.
Do I have superpowers?
No.
It's crazy.
We're just stealing the questions.
Yeah, you got good ones.
Am I a civilian?
How do you define civilian?
Am I so let me say, am I neither a hero nor a villain, I guess? Am I just like a side character?
I would not. Okay, I'm going to say I wouldn't describe you as a civilian, but I wouldn't exactly call you a hero or a villain either.
Are you telling me I'm an anti-hero? Or no?
I just think you're.
I got it. Okay.
You're just like the person.
I'm just low-key the guy. Got it.
Have I been in more than one project?
I don't think so. That was a good question, but I'm not going to steal your question. I'm not a copycat. Do you know what phase of the MCU I'm from?
I want to say 2? 2 or 3?
I don't think there was show since phase 2. If I'm being honest with you.
You are from originally.
Oh, I see.
Phase 2 or 3. I'm pretty sure. Let me look it up. Actually,
we said not just yes or no questions. I've only been asking yes or no questions. This broadens my horizons. It's your turn.
Who is the character? I'm looking it up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Definitely phase 2.
Okay. That question wasn't even very helpful for me because the lines of the phases are very blurred in my head.
Yeah, no, I don't actually know what's in what. Okay. Am I in any of the movies? No, it shows if I'm only in one project, there would be a show. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I in one of the shows we've talked about so far?
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
Am I in one of the shows we've talked about so far? I thought so. In the phase 2 comment. Okay.
Am I in Loki?
Yes. Am I in Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yes. Am I Mobius?
Oh, damn.
Yours is tougher.
So I'm not a civilian, but I'm just a guy. But
you
I'm
are
a woman.
Yes.
So I'm probably either Valentina or the other girl who I don't remember the name of.
Who's the other girl who you don't remember? From what?
From Falcon and Winter Soldier. Oh, Valentina wasn't in phase 2.
No.
So it's the other person who I don't remember the name of.
What do they look like?
Is it Sharon? That's her name?
Carter.
Yeah, let's go. Same amount of questions.
You asked one extra because you went first. I'm the winner. Get destroyed, bozo. I got Mobius M. Mobius.
Yeah.
Faster than you got Sharon Carter.
Who's irrelevant?
Yeah, I hate Sharon.
She doesn't need to exist. It's okay.
She kissed her grandmother's lover.
She did, but why did you say it like that? Alright, we can take these off.
And then she became a drug lord?
She did, yeah.
Another part of that show I do not like.
Yeah, well, that was part of the Zemo arc, so.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Most of the bad from that show came from the Zemo arc. Okay.
So.
Now the minigame is passed. We can open it up to non-MCU shows if you'd like, but we haven't discussed nearly all of them.
I at least want to cover some of the ones I really like.
Yeah.
And some of the ones I really hate.
Okay, hit me.
Hawkeye.
Great. Yeah, so good.
Amazing. I love that show so much. I honestly think it is my favorite of the Marvel TV shows.
I wouldn't put it that high, but I have it very high. Hawkeye is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, period.
It's a good one. They really nailed that show. I feel like Kate Bishop's involvement's just the right amount. Same with like Yelena. I felt like she was in there enough without being in there too much. Because if you put her in there anymore, it would distract from the focus.
Yeah.
I also think the surprise of Kingpin being there was pretty cool.
It was fitting.
So
I think that show was really good. I loved how much development they gave Kate. I mean, it was her first appearance.
And I appreciated that they touched on Hawkeye's disability.
Yes.
And the fact that he's the Avenger who nobody knows or cares about.
We saw a Pym arrow, which is so fun.
Yeah.
I loved that. I wish we got more trick arrows. But we did get quite a few and I enjoyed them.
I really enjoyed the scene where he lost his hearing aids and he had to be on the phone with his his son, and Kate's like trying to help him.
I think that's also the first time we get Rogers the musical.
Yes,
Which is pretty big.
Yeah, it was the opening shot of the show.
Yeah, he's there with his family.
Yeah.
Overall, just a great show. Good
Yeah.
character study for Kate and Clint.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate. I mean, it would have been so easy for them to sweep Ronan under the rug.
Yeah,
And I'm glad that they didn't, because I think that's something that's worth touching on.
well, it's very important to who Hawkeye is.
Yeah.
Now that they've done it, they can't undo it.
Yeah. So,
how do you feel about the follow-up to Hawkeye, Echo? Did you see it?
I did watch Echo.
Yeah.
Better than I thought.
It's better than people say it is.
I don't think it's bad. I just think it's pointless.
As of now, it is pointless, yeah.
It's just one of those things where I'm like, it wasn't the most interesting show.
Mm-hmm.
My least favorite character in the show is Echo.
Okay.
I feel like they didn't, like, she's very stoic. Where it's like, she does not react with any emotion to literally anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's some things that happen in that show where I'm like, you should have emotion. You basically shot your dad in the head.
Mm-hmm.
You should feel something about that. You are having a relationship with your grandmother who you hate.
Yeah.
You should feel something about that. And the whole time it feels like there's no emotion going on for her.
That's a fair criticism. Everybody hated on that show so profoundly. I took a really long time to watch it because of that. But when I actually sat down and watched it, it wasn't that bad.
You know, I mean, if I really hated it, I wouldn't have finished it. If I didn't really I didn't even finish Loki season 2, and I love Loki. I watched that whole thing. I watched it within a week. It was a good show. I wouldn't say it's a great show.
No.
It also just doesn't feel like MCU.
Which I think is fine for a TV show.
I agree. It's just like one of those things. I think that's probably why people didn't love it. It's just kind of like really disconnected.
It's incredibly mid, but it's not bad, and I'll take that. I like that they actually delved into some of like the mysticism of like the Native American stuff in the Marvel universe, and I enjoy that side of it.
I like how they adapted Echo's powers.
Yeah,
because that's not really what Echo does in comics and stuff.
I'm not super familiar with Echo.
I looked it up while I was watching the show because I was interested. So it is like entirely different stuff going on. But I appreciated what was going on, and I thought it made sense in a way.
Yeah.
How do you feel about? We know Secret Invasion sucks.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to talk about it more. I didn't finish it either. It was terrible.
They did terrible things, and I haven't even watched every episode, and I don't want to see the rest of the terrible things they do.
Yeah. Man, what are the other shows?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's so good.
A lot of people don't like it. I've learned,
which is crazy.
I've heard a lot of people say that it starts off strong and then like falls off, and I don't agree.
I don't agree either. I think my top 3 MCU TV shows are Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Loki.
I might have to say, after season 2 of Loki, Hawkeye.
You'd probably put Daredevil.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that one today. Are you talking Netflix? Daredevil is 100% number 1. If you're talking Born Again, it's probably in top 3, but not number 1. I like Hawkeye. I like Miss Marvel. I like Moon Knight.
Yeah, because I don't think I would include Netflix Daredevil.
Yeah, if you did, that's 100% number 1.
Yeah, because I do think I would consider that more strongly, because I do like Netflix Daredevil. Yeah, I think I haven't finished Born Again. I only watched episode 1 because I was watching it with my dad.
Yeah.
And we just haven't been in the same place enough to finish it.
Daredevil Born Again is really interesting because it gets a lot of hate, and some of it is valid, but also the show, the entirety of the writing team got fired and replaced partway through production of show, and they didn't want to redo a bunch of stuff, so they kind of worked their story around what was already filmed to a certain extent. They kept as much as possible, and you can tell which episodes they did and which episodes they didn't. But I think the final product is still overall good. There were some things they did that I wouldn't have done, but
weren't bad.
yeah, it felt like Daredevil again, which was nice.
Yeah.
Granted, I have higher expectations for season 2 since the writing team will be more consistent. I expect it to be better than season 1. But having Kingpin and Daredevil back and Punisher back is huge.
While we're talking about it,
Yeah.
Iron Fist.
I tried so hard to love Iron Fist.
I did too.
Because I love Iron Fist as a character.
I do too.
And season 1, I don't hate it. I think it's the worst Netflix show by far. But, like, I can sit through it. And then season 2 happened, and he started forming his chi into, like, guns and stuff, and I lost it. And that was the last episode I watched.
I remember, I think I even watched, because they made 3 seasons of it, didn't they?
No, only 2.
Only 2?
Season
I feel like I think I made it through the whole show.
I'm sorry.
I think season 1, I agree with you. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I think the biggest setback is the acting.
That's fair.
The acting's not good. Specifically for Danny.
I think Colleen is worse.
Fair. Yeah, they're both bad.
They're both bad.
They're both bad at acting. Yeah, they're the 2 main characters. I feel like all the side characters are way better at acting than they are.
Yeah, and then those 2 dragged down the Defenders, which also just had incredibly mid-writing.
Yeah.
Compared to the other 3 shows.
Yeah. I never watched Luke Cage or Jessica Jones.
I watched 1.5 seasons of Jessica Jones. Season 1 is so good. And then season 2 just wasn't as interesting, and I've heard season 3 is the same. Luke Cage, I've seen at least all of season 1. I don't know how far I got, but also very good. None of them hold the candle to Daredevil.
Yeah, I know. Daredevil, they did a really good job. I feel like they nailed all the characters, and the acting, some of it could be better. I think the weakest acting on that side is Karen.
I don't think it's bad.
I don't think it is bad, is the thing. I think it's still good acting. I just don't think it's great acting for her. I feel like, Foggy and Matt are great.
Charlie Cox's Matt is, like, peak.
I think it's so funny when I watch an interview, and he still looks like he's blind.
Yeah. he talked about that in an interview I watched, where he was like, he lost several acting roles, like, through auditions, because he couldn't look people in the eyes anymore for, like, a very long time after filming Daredevil, because he trained himself for so long to never look directly at people because he had to look blind.
Yeah. And he nailed it. He does such a good job at it.
He does a great job.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
And Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin is also peak, so. And Bullseye even. Bullseye's great.
Yeah, no, it's a good show. We're low on time.
Yeah, getting towards the end.
Do we want to cover... I want to talk about Cloak and Dagger.
Cinema.
That show is great.
So good.
And I think the casting was great.
Absolutely.
I think the backstory is hilarious to me.
Fair.
Because they just did drugs.
Yeah, that is
and got powers.
Yes.
And that was it.
Well, they were, like, tested on, kind of, as well. At least in the comics. But
not in the show.
The show is so good. It was a very slow burn show. And I was fine with that until it got canceled on the season where everything was supposed to start being put together. Yeah,
and it's like I think because they went slow, they lost people.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was enough marketing for it.
Oh, 100% there wasn't. It was a Hulu show.
But it was a good show.
It was so good. And they were so close to becoming superheroes. And then Runaways goes along with that. They had a crossover episode. Runaways is peak.
Yeah, I haven't seen
so
Runaways.
Good.
I know I should, but...
Since we're basically out of time, do you want to just run through if there's any we haven't talked about, like or dislike?
Here, let me pull up a list, actually, real quick.
I think we'd probably hit most of the MCU ones.
There were She-Hulk.
Oh, bad.
I watched episode 1, couldn't keep
Charlie Cox was the best part, and even then it was the worst iteration of his Daredevil I've ever seen.
Inhumans.
Inhumans I haven't seen. Legion, very good. Loved Legion. And The Gifted, very good. Loved The Gifted. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I like for a long time, and then it gets bad.
I'm only on season 2 or 3, but I've liked everything so far.
I think my biggest issue with that show consistently is how much they focus on Daisy.
I like Daisy.
I don't dislike Daisy. I just think she's too big of a plot line.
I think that's fine. She's
Hellstrom? Did you see Hellstrom?
No.
Okay. This says it's bad. So, Secret Invasion is bad. Yeah. Defenders we talked about. Yeah. Runaways we talked about. Cloak and Dagger we talked. They put Cloak and Dagger that low on the list. This is like a ranking.
That's
Echo we talked about. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. we got to. Luke Cage. Falcon the Winter Soldier. It crashed.
I think we got it for the most part.
Moon Knight. Agent Carter we didn't see.
Agatha all along. Did you watch it?
I did not.
I watched it. I thought it was good. I think I don't like a lot of the fan base of the show. That's not a fair criticism of the show itself. The show is actually very good. I thought some of the acting was pretty bad, but the main characters were really good, and I really loved them exploring Wiccan with Billy.
Yeah, I've only heard good things about it. So.
It's a good show. There were parts of it I didn't love, though. But a good show.
Did you see Legion?
Yes, I said Legion was good. Very good.
Hawkeye, Loki, Daredevil, Jessica Jones.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, so we're good.
All right.
We kind of crushed it. We talked about, like, everything.
Yeah, definitely lots of good stuff to talk about. But you were too busy listening, and you missed this amazing sale on this Daredevil cowl.
Yeah, what were you doing?
You can no longer buy one and get another for the price of two. And you really missed out.
Terrible.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Terrible for you to not do it.
Fiscally irresponsible.
We're going to kill you. I think that compared to Piranha Plant...
This is an S tier.
I'm putting it in B tier.
That's crazy.
I'm okay with sitting at A.
We can sit at A, but this is in my heart as an S tier.
I like Piranha Plant better. He's just a guy.
This is cool, though.
It is cool. I'll give you... I'll give you S. I'll give you S.
S tier.
I
think we ended there.
All right, yeah, that's it for the episode. We'll see you all next week. Yeah. Peace.
Goodbye. BOGO Bozo's out.
They said it was BOGO Bozo.
Yeah, but we're the BOGO Bozos. We agreed on this earlier. Do a little dance for the camera.
Nailed it.
Absolute cinema.